This is Lion Rowan. This is Serving Vuzuvaya. It is another beautiful day on the planet. Hold on. Because I love this planet and I love life. I love myself more and more every day. I love my new roommate, Oliver. He's freaking awesome. I love my mate. And so, right, is concepts I'm still fleshing out, but we're connecting to the different waves of energy that keep washing over the earth that I see and hear from so many different directions, friends and clients, completely different parts of the earth, completely different social circles, habits, just beings, aspects of industry and politics, social movements, and so forth and so on. These waves of energies, right? And so, one of the recent ones, from my interpretation, has been the wave of disappointment, which on a personal level has been one of the hardest for me to deal with because I realized how much that is an energy um, that I resonate with, that I've had. Disappointment is a generally the end of something for me, and then that right now is not useful to me. I'm not interested in ending any, moving on. Absolutely. Um, I've come to so many different. There's so many almost videos that I almost made about this. Um, and actually, before we get too into it, and I'm going to touch base on it again in just a moment, I want to put out that I'm doing free meditations through the process of there's the 2 year time from the new moon until the full moon, which is the birth of the new year and the year of the wood yin snake, right? And so the opportunity to shed and transform and expand and be elegant in this process. It's the most natural thing in the world. So I'm doing that on my Patreon and it's free. I'm going to put a link. I just really want you to follow me on Patreon because there's a lot more I can do there. And I'm excited about expanding that aspect of my work and getting to share things in deeper and different ways. You know? Okay, so back to the wave of disappointment. Disappointment. Whew. Holy blessed tap dancing. I realize for myself as I go through my layers of examining what disappointment is and why it has been such a difficult flavor of energy and emotion for me to work through, not just in these recent waves on the planet, but really through so many points of my life. If I feel disappointment in someone, then and I feel disappointment in myself, these are huge things that I have in some relationships overcome and in some relationships not been able to do that. It's been the end of many dynamics in my life. And so what I really came to disappointment and failure, right? I've come to a lot of understandings through the work of really wonderful people and amazing influences and of the growth from my own failures, of the value of failure. If you are not failing, you're not trying. You're not trying new things. You're not going into discomfort. Now, here's just 100% success. I want that for you. I want sublime, exquisite success in every aspect of your life. And the importance of not shame but excitement about failure because it means that we have new pieces, new criteria for which to gauge how we achieve things and what is possible, right? So, so disappointment and failure, disappointment in self is for me in the past has been played the role of a block. I it will become a fnord, it will just become a fuzzy and I can't see it and I just go this way. Do 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 like a robot vacuum, but I'm not a robot, right? But I have put in the there are aspects of me that have put these walls up apparently for very good reason because I could not emotionally handle the flavor of disappointment in myself. Could not handle the flavor of failure. And so in that way. And so I've been coming and especially for myself, I think I've shared before as I have navigated the music industry at different times of my life, the general theater, movie, performance industry, music and dance industries, especially music though. Um, I have been very disappointed in myself for my perceived failures to take opportunities and the recent discussions of the real truth of the industries and in myself even talking with other artists including men that had these same experiences and I had no idea. I really saw it as a personal failure that I wasn't willing to go home with a music executive or it's like, oh, okay, if I'd just done that situation differently, or I wasn't going to go up to a hotel room in Vegas with five guys I didn't know, like, hello just anyway. So um right. And so I have come to the understanding that the opportunities I could not take were not my opportunities. That's not a failure. Including there's an opportunity for certain dynamics of relationship. I'm a very sex positive person, but I'm not. But I have my own boundaries, right? I'm very. Your kink is not my kink, and that's okay. And I'm very sex positive. I'm very into sexual education and awareness and working with sexual energies and dynamics. And so I found myself very much often with invitations that in fantasy sound fantastic, but in reality are not my reality. They're not actually what interests me. And that is one of those places where I'm like, where I've been, you know, I said before in other years ago on surfing Vuzuvayas that one of the few things I regretted was not taking the opportunity, not sleeping with the people. And I don't, this is the time where I'm resolving that because there's no FOMO there because I didn't want to be there. If the me wanted and was comfortable with that, the me would have just been there. And I'm no longer, I'm freeing and releasing myself from this disappointment in myself. And I'm very thankful to this wave of energy on the planet and to all of our common experience to bring me to this very deep crux, right? Because this is something that has continued through, though I've had many years of intense awareness and times in my life where I was very clear and manifesting just in the most natural, creating, witnessing magic and miracles every day. And this was a part of myself, even at those times, that I was not accepting. And I had so much looking back and regretting and being disappointed in myself. And I'm not disappointed in myself anymore. I'm coming to a new level of learning what I actually want, learning what I actually need, and seeing that times in life when I have pushed myself to not push myself out of my comfort zone in you know, the yum, but push myself into a internal and moral ethical twist discomfort, especially around sexual dynamics for myself, that in these times um, I was really just finding out what I wanted, what I liked and what I didn't like, what I wanted and what I didn't want, right? And I like me, and I'm excited to have this deeper and expanding understanding of what I actually want and why. So I'd like to thank all my disappointments and all my failures. I'd like to thank all my disappointments and all of my failures because they gave me the refinement and the opportunity to know myself. And repeated disappointments and repeated failures along certain pathways have just needed to repeat themselves until I could hear it. And I choose to hear it. I choose to understand it. I choose to engage with and activate those parts of me that already have that understanding because I'm an infinite being. You're an infinite being. We're all infinite beings. We have all the resources and the knowledge within the multi-textural, universal deliciousness realities, within the Akasha and the weaving of the knowledge of all that we are and all that we've seen and felt and experienced. And we welcome that knowledge to address and heal all those disappointments, all those failures, and to be truly thankful for them. Engaging instead, remembering that we know where we're going, we know what we want, we know what we're doing, and trusting, engaging, igniting, aligning, trusting that which is our own highest nature, which is fully present and dancing with us in all of these heres and nows, only and always for the highest good of all concerned. So let it be. Amen. Aho. Satnam. Yeah. Waxing our surfboards with the transmutation of disappointment become the sweetness of acceptance. This is Lorian Rowan. This is Surfing Vuzuvaya. Thank you for being with me today. I love you when I'm with you. And please come to the Patreon. I'm going to put the link down below. But it's still Lorian Rowan on Patreon. It's a pretty consistent stuff. It's a pretty consistent. so, so yes, and the shedding skin series is free. There's always free. There's other free meditations on the Patreon, and this is I'm thankful for all the things I didn't create when it wasn't coming from the place that was not genuinely me, and I am excited to have the opportunity to share much deeper levels of my work with you. So, always welcome here. Happy to be here. You're welcome to join me on YouTube, and there's all this unique content there. And then, as well as the most of the archives of the Serving Vuzuvayas. And please join me on Patreon for a free membership or paid. I am excited to be expanding to be taking the opportunity to expand this work and connect even more deeply with everything that it offers us. I love you and I'm with you. I know you're with me. I'm pretty fucking thankful for that. Meow. Blessed be. Lorian Rowan, Surfing Vuzuvaya.